Hey Jason, thanks for taking out the call. Thanks for taking out the time for the call, and sharing your experience. How was it working with Kizzy? Before we get into that, can you just maybe introduce yourself and what the company does?
Sure. I'm Jason Schwartz. I'm with two companies here in Florida, United States. The first one is Ascensium. We're a mechanical engineering company that specializes in power generation engineering and heavy mechanical, heavy industrial and manufacturing type facilities. And we also have another company that collects laser scan data of these same type of heavy industrial facilities and converts them into 3D models for other engineering firms to use and the owners to use, and just trying to stay ahead of the technology curve in that arena.
You are a tech genie yourself, right? So you know all
I
the
am.
technical aspects. Great. So
Correct.
what were the things you came up with Kizzy Consulting? Where you wanted the Salesforce help, and how was the experience like?
Sure. We did a very customized Salesforce deployment about 3 or 4 years ago with a company out of the U.S. that set things up the way we wanted them. But we didn't continue the relationship with them after deployment. It was very expensive, and it was difficult to maintain a day by day workflow with that company. So we sort of abandoned them, and being engineers, we said, well, we can just fix this ourselves. We don't, it's just Salesforce, no big deal. Some simple coding. So over the following 3 years, we've probably made a bigger mess out of Salesforce than if we would have just found you guys a lot earlier. So our initial engagement with Kinsey was to look at our Salesforce and act as our Salesforce administrator, and see what's the health of our Salesforce, what updates have we missed over the last 3 years, and just a general nice cleanup of the platform itself, which was accomplished very quickly. I think we accomplished that in probably less than 2 weeks for very reasonable amount of funds. And I really felt like you guys were able to dive into our Salesforce environment and understand not only who we were, but what we were trying to do with Salesforce, because we do use Salesforce from a lead all the way to an invoice. So it's not just CRM for us. It's really the entire workflow for our company. We do all our scheduling in Salesforce. It's a pretty complicated deployment for a little company like us, but that's how we got involved with you guys, and that was just the start of it. So now we've engaged in several other projects as you guys have helped us continue to customize this Salesforce deployment. A lot of wish lists that we had from management and administration, like, oh, wouldn't it be nice if Salesforce could do this or it could do that? Or, I'll watch some of our people spending a lot of time doing administrative tasks. And you and I have met on several occasions to try to figure out, how do we automate that administrative task? How do we do it cleanly, reliably, efficiently? And, we're dealing with a lot of money, a lot of people's compensation is involved in Salesforce. So these are important issues. And yeah, I think we've been successful in all the deployments that we've started so far. We continue to, I think we have 3 or 4 active ones right now, and a few in the hopper that we're looking to get started again. So nice continuing relationship, very responsive. You guys have been very responsive, and seems like at all hours of day and night. So it's almost that we don't even know that we're on the other side of the world. So a little bit of give and take on both sides, and I think it really helps the relationship, and it's very seamless for us over here. So.
Great. Thanks for such a nice word, Jason. And it has been great working with you. And we are excited to work along with the upcoming projects. So, any recommendation or any tip you would like to give to us based on your experience?
Oh, tips to you guys? I don't know. I don't have anything that would make the relationship much better. So, tips to other people that may be seeing this, don't hesitate, just engage and, sit down for the first call with Sanjeev, talk about what your environment looks like. It was a very professional first engagement. I think many people are very hesitant to deal with outsourcing, especially outside of the country, is what's that going to look like? But I think that first call will really help prospective clients understand your leadership and your ability to communicate with us here in the US and to be able to just launch the project. And you're kind of the master. We don't see what goes on behind the curtains too much, and that's okay for us, right? So but I think it's always a big hesitation in the U.S., especially going around and looking for an overseas provider. And I would encourage anyone that even contemplating doing it to just sit down. I think you and I probably spent maybe a half hour the first time, maybe 45 minutes. But, it was very well spent. And I think it would help people settle down and understand that the working relationship is going to be very easy. And nothing has changed from that first call. So it wasn't a sales pitch call. It wasn't a smoke and mirrors, or it wasn't a bait and switch. We're having the same conversation today that we were having 5 months ago, 4 months, 6 months. So nothing's changed, and our weekly conversations are the same. And I've never been handed off to anybody else, from a leadership standpoint. So continue that, and definitely sit down if you're a prospect for your first meeting. It will be very enlightening for you as a potential client.
Thanks, Jason. Thanks for your time. It was a great catching up, and looking forward to all the projects going forward.
We're looking.